world where weebs and gamers get together to talk about anime and video games. This week, two men talk about balls, sports balls, that is, in Japanese animation.
Why was there a pause there?
A pause between what?
Japanese.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Japanimation originally, because because I'm pretty sure that's what my dad thinks anime is called, Japanimation. But yeah,
Interesting. I mean, Japanimate. What the fuck?
Well, is it wrong? It's like animation that comes from Japan. Japanimation.
No, it's true. It makes sense. It just sounds funny.
It sounds really funny,
Yeah,
actually.
it does. You know, we should have him in the middle of this podcast and just
We gotta bring our parents one day on this podcast. You can bring your mom, I bring mine, and have them talk about anime.
My mom would be confused and just talking in Spanish.
So
which is
that's actually a fun story. So about a week ago, by the way, welcome back. We're back, guys.
Yeah, we're back. I'm not gonna say what episode number this is because I'm not doing that anymore.
We always get confused, but
which is great now. So now we've gone on a roll. But yeah, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Weebs and Gamers Anonymous. It's always a pleasure to record and just give our thoughts about whatever the hell we're talking about and have you guys listen. It's really fun, actually.
I know we love talking about Japanimation and video games.
Japanimations are amazing, man.
Yeah, so like that story, man. So like about a week ago during our break, I actually showed my mom an anime movie.
Word?
Yeah, I know, for real.
Ghibli?
No, not Ghibli. My mom has seen a Ghibli movie in the past. Because I remember being a kid, my sister loved Spirited Away. We had that shit on VHS, and she'd put it on like reruns like crazy. She wore out that VHS. My sister was kind of insane. But I showed my mom the movie Belle, and she loved it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I just envisioned the fucking VHS just on fire when it came out of the fucking.
No, that was the machine because she constantly fucking rewinding it.
That was me with like Power Rangers.
Dog, Power Rangers, let's fucking go. I've seen every single. Okay. Angel, do you have anything that you just have like, a shit ton of random trivia on?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. And it's not related to Japanimations or anything with Japan.
Is it Call of Duty guns?
No, 100% it's How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my random amount of information is on Power Rangers. I shit you not. I have seen every series from Mighty Morphin all the way to Beast Morphers. Every single one, every single episode.
What the? Okay, but I mean that's me with How I Met Your Mother. Like I can tell you, literally episode for episode for each season.
That's wow. That's impressive.
So that's also ruined How I Met Your Mother for me because now I can't actually enjoy it because now I know what the fuck is gonna happen. I've seen that show like 8 times.
Very fair. That's me with Power Rangers. I've tried going back and watching some of the Sentai series, which is like what Power Rangers is based off of. It's like the Japanese version. Haven't been able to get into it because it's basically the same exact shit, just with a slightly different, usually darker story.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Japan's very.
I feel like they expose the kids more, so they're a little bit more mature over there.
True.
Yeah, but no. Before anybody asks, my favorite series is Power Rangers in Space. I think that one's really good.
Ooh.
That is, if I believe correctly, the 4th series because it's Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, and then in Space. So it'll be number 4, unless you want to count the Alien Rangers, but that was a part of Mighty Morphin, the Mighty Morphin era. So yeah, in Space, best one.
As for my childhood, I very much enjoyed Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder's really good. It's it acts very much like a spiritual successor to the original Mighty Morphin series, including bringing back Jason David Frank, rest in peace, as his titular character Tommy Oliver, back as a Dino Ranger, this time the Black Dino Ranger.
I'm very sad now.
Dog, I was at work with Angel that same day when he passed away. I was in the bathroom really sad because I had like a moment of like existential dread. Because I'm like, damn. There goes my childhood.
That literally felt the same as how it felt when, very off topic when it comes also talking about music now. Chester Bennington.
Oh,
that
dog.
also hit home.
Oh, I'm gonna date the podcast real quick. Have you heard the new song they dropped?
Yes.
The unreleased song?
Yes.
That was supposed to be on the first album.
The first album.
It was It's fire. It's good.
It's so good, but
It's so
it's
good.
so sad.
Yeah.
So sad. Now I'm depressed.
Bro, what a great way to start the podcast
Great
on a
way.
tangent.
All right. Well, to get started on this actual week's episode and not on depression, we'll be talking about sport animes or
Sport Japanimation.
Sport Japanimation. Let's go.
Let's go.
But before we get into it all, you know what we do every single week, right? We have to talk about our anime recommendation of the week.
Woohoo!
So Norlin, back to you.
Awesome. Yeah. So my Japanimation, my anime recommendation of the week is drumroll please. I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between Bocchi the Rock, which, believe it or not, it's fucking good, or Licorice Recoil.
What the fuck?
Did you see Licorice Recoil?
I saw a bit of it.
Dude, I loved it. It's like two lesbian girlfriends that are like assassins. It's so I couldn't take it seriously at all. It's so wacky, but it was so much fun to watch.
I gave it my three episode rule.
Oh, and you dropped it after 3?
I dropped it after 3.
I finished it.
I couldn't.
You know, screw it. I'm going with Bocchi the Rock. It's really good. It's really good. It's funny. It's gotten a lot of people back into anime, slice of life, music. If you like K-On!, this is like K-On!, but like way better.
The only so for me, I at the moment in time that we're recording this, I actually have been very busy, so I actually haven't had time to even catch up with, currently released episodes.
Bro, just go safe and pick Stardew Valley again.
Stardew Valley, the anime.
If Stardew Valley got an anime,
I wouldn't watch it. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
I would watch it.
No, I would
watch it. Like, it's just gonna be the main character. Well, it's kind of hard. This is my problem with when they make anime or shit like that off of like a character or like a video game where you can pick your own character or change how your character looks. It's like, because now there's like a canon character. Like, so but the Persona 5 anime, right? That's the best way I could put it. You pick your own name in Persona 5. But nah, these people just picked fucking, I don't know, what was it, Ren Mamiya or Akira? I don't know what. No, it's Ren Mamiya, because then in the manga it's Akira. like the rear DNA baby from the hit movie, the hit Japanimation movie, Akira. Which, by the way, stellar movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's aged incredibly well.
But I picked on that. I did start watching a couple episodes. Like, so I put a lot of sometimes like stuff that I've already seen in the background when I'm doing stuff.
Fair.
Right. And it's kind of also kind of how I pick up on certain on Japanese language, and it's the way that I sometimes practice. Tower of God.
Good. I like that one. Season 2 should be coming out this year.
I know, which I'm so excited. I just saw it now because I think I left off on episode 4. From when I was like just having it in the background. Dude, everybody talked so much crap on it. And by everyone I mean the friends I used to hang out with at the time when it started coming out.
Your friends had no taste.
At all. I enjoyed it. I'm sorry. When it came to the animation I was about to say Japan.
Japanimation.
To the animation, to the actual intro. I very much enjoyed it. And the fact that now, what is it, 3 years later or 2 years later, we're getting season 2.
Yeah, man.
Because if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, it did come out in 2020, no?
Fuck. All right, this is about to sound really dumb. When did God of High School come out? Because it came out the same year.
So 2020?
In 2019, I think.
Fuck.
2019.
Hold up. This is why we have the power of the internet.
Yeah, guys, remember, we have to search shit up ourselves. This isn't Joe Rogan. We don't have the guy off camera searching things up for us.
Unless you want to do it for free, I'm so down.
We're looking for unpaid interns.
2020. I was right. 2020.
2020, then 2020. It's 2020.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2020. I love Tower of God. I think it has a really good story. Fucking fuck what people say. I genuinely think it's a very good series, and especially now season 2 around the corner, I would pick it up and give it a try if you didn't back 3 fucking years ago. I 100% would.
Yeah,
And
man.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I
No,
don't want to
I
give it
really
away.
like Tower of God too. I think that's a good pick. That anime came out on a huge fucking surgence when a bunch of manhwa was getting animated and it was getting picked up by Crunchyroll in order to be animated. The thing is, Tower of God, out of the ones that they picked, which were Tower of God, God of High School, and Noblesse, was like the only one that was like successful. And I think that steered away a lot of anime studios from trying to adapt manhwa, which really sucks because there's a lot of
Really
really
good
good
ones.
manhwa out there. That's why I'm excited for Solo Leveling now that it's coming out. Um, Also this year, 2023. So I'm also quite excited for that because there's a lot of really good manhwa that deserve to get animated because they look beautiful. But fuck, it was like for example, God of High School visually was stunning.
Yeah, I
It
enjoyed it.
looked incredible, but the thing is, the pacing was just really really bad. And they changed the manhwa too. They didn't stick to the original story, but that's okay, right? You could change it up a bit and still be good, but nah, they just fucked it up. Noblesse was just trash all around.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage.
Mhm.
God of High School, I enjoyed.
I'll be your contradiction, and then a fucking screw like.
I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, look, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. Like, it was enjoyable to watch. The fight scenes were, I enjoyed them.
Yeah, the fight scenes are great, but the pacing was just as like.
Shit, yeah, it was like, all right, cool, we got to the end, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that's what happens when it's a 12-episode run as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's
about it. It's why Jujutsu Kaisen did fantastic for the
yeah.
first season.
You know what I think is funny that we're talking about God of High School because I think that fits into this week's episode in sports anime. Because technically, you can consider God of High School a sports anime because martial arts
It's
is a sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? That's not bad.
Yeah. If it's in the Olympics, karate's in the Olympics, it's a sport.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Wait, karate's in the Olympics, right? I'm not just pulling that out of my ass.
Taekwondo.
No, I think karate, taekwondo, I know judo is.
I know judo and taekwondo is. I don't know about karate.
But fucking, isn't taekwondo just Korean karate?
You're about to disrespect a lot of people.
But like, isn't that what it? Like, I don't want to be like racist. Is it just like I don't want to be like insensitive or anything, but it's just like it's just focused more on kicks, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that is very much true.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, all right. Woo, I know. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. All my martial arts knowledge comes from a manga called Kengan Ashura.
I fucking hate it here.
I'm just kidding. I like to watch sports, guys. I'm a sports ball guy myself. Don't worry. Let's go sports.
Oh, so how do you want to start this? So we can either classify it by genre of sport or
I think this is a great place to start. Is what is a sport anime?
true, because hey, there have been animes where rock climbing has been a sport. It's
But I wouldn't consider that a sport anime.
I wouldn't consider that.
Like, okay, I think here's a good place I could put it. Right. Um, all jokes aside, I don't think God of High School is a sport anime.
No.
It's a battle shonen, right? Where it's just focused on fights. There's really cool. There's really cool fight scenes and powers. People have stand abilities, but it's not a sport anime, right? But how do I put this? I think a sport anime focuses on the sport itself. It's like the main focus of the sport. So let's say there's a fucking wrestling anime, right? Which there probably is. There's just I haven't seen or heard of it. But and I'm not talking about like WWE, WWF, fucking The Rock. Nah, I'm talking like Greco-Roman wrestling. But that's like the focus of the anime, right? I think that would then consider it a sport anime. Like for example, Yuri on Ice. It's about ice skating, but I would consider it more of a romance, a slice of life than I would a sport anime. Even though, by the way, if you haven't seen Yuri on Ice, go watch it.
Let me clarify for you. If it makes you want to go play the sport, it is a sports anime.
Dog, I tried to play volleyball for a solid 3 months after I finished IQ.
Exactly. Like for example, Blue Lock. Dude,
Dude.
nothing has made me want to go play soccer more than like when I already liked soccer.
All right, chill, egoist.
Dude, I'm also very trash at soccer, but it's okay.
Man,
it's
as
just
a
fun.
certified big fella that hates running, I want to go play soccer.
So, for example, Haikyuu, hype. I wanted to play fucking volleyball, and I actually did. I rounded up some fucking friends, and they also were down. Lit. Blue Lock has never made me want to play soccer more than anything in this world. What else? Basketball anime. Fuck.
Oh, dude,
Um,
dude. Okay, I've seen every sport anime known to man.
there is one good one.
Okay, Slam Dunk is really fucking good.
Yes.
And if you're gonna turn around and say Kuroko's basketball.
No.
Kuroko no Basket's good.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's not bad.
It's okay.
I hate the fucking powers.
Yes. And that's
See,
why it stays at okay.
That's where sport anime start to lose me. Is when people's like, "Oh my god, he's the god handles his eyes in redirection." I'm like, "Oh my god."
And I get it. A lot of people who say that Blue Lock is not very accurate to the game, but dude, it's better than Ayoshi. I'm sorry. I like how realistic it is, but it just doesn't give you the same feel that Blue Lock does.
You know what I can actually find you the distinction between them. Blue Lock Aoashi tries to be more realistic in this form of soccer and its gameplay a little bit, right? It tries to include a little bit more realism, so the matches take longer. There's a lot more downtime. There's a lot more running around, talking how players are thinking. Blue Lock, on the other hand, is just hype, right? So it starts with one character, his mindset, and him trying to score a goal, because it takes it back to the beginning of score. You win soccer by scoring. Now, how am I going to score? There's no team plays. There's no, oh man, let's just pass the ball around for a while. We're ahead. Right? No, it's like, nah, bro, we're ahead and we're gonna keep scoring.
And we're gonna fucking win.
And
you
we're
know
gonna
what?
keep scoring.
I'm gonna be the one that's gonna fucking score.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter who you are. I'm gonna fuck over my own teammates if I need to because I want to score. And I think that triggers something primal in all of our heads. That's like, ooh,
we have to be the best.
Big score, right? But I think that's the magic of it, right? Because especially when Blue Lock came out, the biggest sport anime before was Haikyuu, and Haikyuu was like, with the power of our friendship, you can get this set and spike the ball, and with our friends together, we're 5 people on that court, and we're gonna come together and win nationals.
It was basically Fairy Tale in volleyball.
But that's all sport anime.
Yeah.
All sport anime do that. All sport anime have their formula where it's let's come together as a team and win, but Blue Lock flips that on its head. It's okay, the individual character trying to stand out from the rest of the team and not work together.
Yeah. So great. But even with Haikyuu though,
Haikyuu's incredible. It's one of my favorite manga and anime of all time.
Like, even though it follows that same strategic pattern that it normally does, it still does it very differently in the sense that yes, you care for all the characters, but in the same way that you would look at Blue Lock with its different characters and you go, damn, he stands out the most. He sticks out like a sore thumb. I like him for his personality and who he is and what he stands for. Is the exact same way you can feel about Haikyuu.
Exactly.
It's just like you said, it's more based on teamwork. Like the other one is just the roles flipped. It's just, hey, I want to be the best, but now being the best, focusing on being the best while trying to figure out how to work together.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Haikyuu is beautiful. Hinata's fucking goat.
It's a very refreshing show to watch. It brings kindness. It brings a lot of joy to people. When the characters are frustrated, you feel frustrated. When the characters are happy, you feel the joy of them winning.
And when they lose too, you're like,
it hurts.
Fuck.
It hurts because you get attached to the author. I think her name is Furadate. She does such a good job of writing these characters that it's deep. It's like it's a deep cut. Like,
I remember I used to like off put Haikyuu for so long. I used to be like, dude, volleyball, who cares about that? It's whack. And then, dude, I gave it a shot, and I was like, oh my god, I can really see the hype. Like, the exact same way that I felt with Ranking of Kings, where you feel for the guy and you want him to succeed, is the exact same freaking way I felt for Hinata.
Yeah. Actually, Angel, I have a suggestion for you because I know for a fact you probably haven't seen this anime.
Shoot.
And so it actually instills a lot of the same feelings you do when you watch Haikyuu, where you really want the main character to succeed and win. It's Yowamushi Pedal. It is a cycling
I
anime.
figured. I figured.
It is a cycling anime. Now, a lot of people, when they hear cycling anime, they're like, what the fuck? Right? But it's the same way people reacted with Haikyuu. It is very good.
Okay.
It is very good. I couldn't recommend it more. It is very, very good.
Hey, after you recommending Blue Lock, after you and our majestic High Lord Rizzo telling me to watch Ranking of Kings, I will accept any recommendation.
And I got him into Ranking of Kings too.
Yeah, bro. That's
Ranking of Kings is just built different, but we're gonna have an entire episode of Ranking of Kids, guys. Don't worry.
There's plenty of content I can.
There's plenty of content, yeah. When it comes to Ranking of Kings, like we could probably have like 4 episodes on Ranking of Kings if we wanted to.
Oh, and you know who's watching Ranking of Kings now?
Who?
So someone who was previously on the podcast. Would you like to take a guess?
Daniela.
Yeah, actually, she stopped me today at work and she was like, "Oh, I started watching Ranking of Kings," and I'm like, "Oh," I told him like, I feel for that character a lot, like. Stop it. But
I love him.
It's so great. And then she's like, "Oh no, am I gonna cry?" I'm like, "Dude, 100%.
Yeah, you're gonna cry. I cry.
I cry like a little bitch."
Dog, I think the anime that's gotten me to cry the most after that was probably Assassination Classroom.
Oh yeah, I remember I walked into that one and I thought it was gonna be more like
action,
yeah. And then it really, I passed the 3-episode rule, and I was like, and I still caught myself watching it.
It's good.
So it's
Assassination Classroom is good.
Really good.
Also, not a sport anime,
but it's fine
unless you count assassinating a sport, which in the KGB times might have been.
True.
Fucking President Ronald Reagan was at the time, I think. Go assassinate somebody in South America. See who can get more assassination points. Well, sports anime. But yeah, man, sport anime are pretty tropey too. Like, okay, as somebody that has seen all of them, like, okay, Diamond of the Ace 2, fucking Prince of Tennis. I saw Prince of Tennis. Yowamushi Pedal's another one that I've seen, that I saw. Haikyuu, Blue Lock, Aoashi, Slam Dunk, the other volleyball one that's really bad. I saw it. It's literally the name of the school and then it's volleyball club.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
It's not very good. Yuri on Ice.
I was gonna ask you. I'm like, does it end in like they're just being volleyball club?
Dude, it's the name of the school and then volleyball club. It's like the most unoriginal name ever. But yeah, it's not as good as Haikyuu. Well, it's trying to fill in big shoes by trying to be a volleyball anime. But whatever. Never mind. Fucking, I haven't seen Ippo, but I've read all of Ippo.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen Ippo, but I've read all of Ippo, all 1,500 chapters. I've read them.
See, you went further. I just watched it.
Dog, I didn't even know there was an anime when I started reading it. Okay.
I watched it during quarantine.
So I'm about to blow your mind. I started reading Ippo when I think there was 600 chapters.
What?
Yeah, that's how long I've been reading this for. I think I was a freshman in high school when I first started reading it.
Dude.
Now I'm a fucking grown-ass man. Still reading it. And because it's good, because the story's not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah.
The fact that it's still going.
Yeah, I know, man. Sometimes they just don't know how to quit when they're ahead.
Yeah.
But like ending a manga, especially like a sports manga, is really hard because there's always going to be a new challenge. You can always keep playing the sport. Like, what are you going to do? Right? You can keep going till even the character retires, and then hey, maybe their kid takes over and starts playing the game too. You can keep going. So that's why I think like out of all the sport manga that have ended and that I have read, even a better ending than Haikyuu, I think Slam Dunk had a better ending. If you guys have ever seen or read Slam Dunk, the ending it was very controversial when it came out because in the final chapter there's not a single word written.
Yeah.
But it is like in retrospective, it's fucking deep.
Yeah. Hot take.
All our takes are hot.
I very much more enjoyed Haikyuu than Slam Dunk.
That's fair. I think overall as a product, Haikyuu is better.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
I think Haikyuu is way better.
Don't get me wrong, Slam Dunk was enjoyable to watch. Like I enjoyed it.
I think
very much.
I'm just saying the
Oh,
ending
you
of Slam
okay?
Dunk,
Yeah, I get
I
you.
think is better than the ending of Haikyuu. The very end, like the last chapter.
Okay.
I'm not talking about like the overall
Yeah,
arc of
yeah,
the
yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
The ending of
Okay.
Haikyuu was very good. I'm looking forward to those movies. Whenever those movies comes out, guys, we'll go watch it in theaters.
Hey, and guess what? We'll start a live stream in the theaters, even though it's illegal. No,
In
I'm
the
kidding.
theaters. That's how 90% of you watch your anime either way. So
Exactly. So if you come after us,
actually no.
no.
Well, me and Angel are good Christians and we pay Crunchyroll and we watch Crunchyroll
Exactly.
subscription. So Crunchyroll,
You should sponsor us.
we would take a free subscription. You don't even have to pay us.
We'll just take the free subscription.
We'll just take the free subscription.
I'm okay with that. And look, if
You're already taking $10 a month from me, man. Like
exactly, and if now you're telling me that all you need from me to be able to have free Crunchyroll is just to watch at least 5 animes a month, I'm okay with that. I'll dedicate my life to it. It's not like I already do that already, but it's okay. Pay us too, or not,
yes. Or not.
or you can, and it works great.
Yeah.
Totally
So
not sponsored by Crunchyroll, but hey, man, if you're listening, hopefully you'll change your mind about that.
exactly. So on a complete other note, oh my god, we forgot one of the greatest sport anime of all time, and it is actually a racing one, Initial D.
Oh yeah, wow. Oh my god,
Initial D. Holy shit. It's old.
very fucking
Fuck,
old.
it's good.
Yeah, I I think that show taught me a little bit more about cars than ever.
Man, I kind of agree because when all my friends were like, "Bro, you see Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift?" Nah, I don't
Nah.
need to see it. I've seen Initial D.
It's basically
Yeah, no, it's
Tokyo
exact-
Drift.
but like the anime.
It's the what the fuck is the word? Japanimation.
Japanimation? Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, the Japanimation. But no, man, Initial D is great, man. With the storylines, the fucking music in Initial
Dude.
D, the Euro beats.
And it's not even just that; it's just aesthetically pleasing.
Man, when I see them drift by the edge of the mountain and the shot changes and you just see like the rubble fall with the car like hanging off the edge. Oh my god.
Beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I love sport anime. Because okay, I know Angel is, and so am I. We're both avid IRL sport watchers too, right? For example, I'm a huge fan of Formula One, basketball, baseball, football. American football is my favorite sport of all time. Football, soccer, I love too. I watch like literally every sport except like golf.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck.
I don't know how people watch golf. I've played golf, and it's more fun to play than to watch.
Oh, 100%.
But
You're actually doing something.
but you're actually doing something.
Like, for example, for me, it's my main two will always and forever be football. And by that, I don't mean American football, I mean football.
Football,
And
soccer.
UFC. I love the UFC. Those are my two.
Yeah, combat sports are good too. I love watching UFC fights too. I love UFC. I love all that. And the thing is, people are like, "Oh, then why do you watch sport anime if you could just watch it in real life?" It's because what you get out of sport anime isn't necessarily just a sport.
You get so much more than that. You get character development. You get a story. You get hype moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole complex thing that. That realistically speaking, we're back. Realistically speaking, you don't get from the real world.
Yeah, man.
It's just the truth. Like, for example, I also love Olympic weightlifting, right? But let's say that would be transformed into an anime or a Japanimation. Basically, you would have a background story. You would have even much more details to who the character is, what their background is like, and stuff like that, which adds so much more to just the emotion that you feel when you're watching it, right? As
100%.
opposed to, hey, I'm watching the Olympics and I'm watching some heavy dude lift heavy weights. And then it's like, all right, nice job.
Yeah, like more on that. I think it's especially with what you're saying. It's the storylines you get from it because it's like okay, it's like all right. Our podcast is based out of the city of Miami. So let's say we're talking about Miami Heat fans in basketball, and we're like, okay, cool. We like to watch the Heat play. Cool, we win, we get happy, yay. But we know the players' names, yeah, but we don't know the player as people.
Yep.
In at least in anime, we get to know the character and their motivations, and you can cheer for them when they win. You feel sad when they lose,
You get
and
hyped.
and when the team wins, you feel hyped because you feel like you're a part of that team, because you feel like you're a part of that character's journey, which is a lot of fun. Which you get a lot more depth and a lot more joy and satisfaction a lot of the times in sport anime than other traditional anime. Like for example, I love Chainsaw Man, right? But like, oh cool, Denji killed another demon, yay, hype, right? Or like when I see this team over the course, because these anime are long too for the most part.
Long.
You're in it for the long haul. When you see, let's say, Diamond of the Ace, and you see this guy go from a struggling pitcher to now almost being in the major leagues in Japan, you're like, okay, wow, right? You feel like you're a part of that journey, and I think you get that a lot in sport anime. You're a part of that journey.
Yeah, I don't think you could have said that better. It's like, don't get me wrong. Look, for another example, football, right? And I will get so many controversies on this because my team is Man City, not fucking Man City,
Man
Manchester United.
City. I was
Manchester United.
dude.
I had
dude,
Man City in
dude.
my mind because
Okay.
freaking Andy in during our break was watching the game with Arsenal versus Man City earlier
Oh
today. So
God, I hope Arsenal won.
I actually don't know how that game ended. I don't follow Man City
Man,
too much.
I'm,
Don't get me wrong,
fair
good
warning.
team.
The scariest thing you could do on the internet is piss off Premier League fans.
Oh, I know, 100%. But for example, I grew up watching Manchester United. Like it's Ronaldo. Even again, a lot of you will say stuff about Ronaldo, which is fine because I completely separate the person from the sport and from person to talent. It's just how I do things, right? But yeah, that's even though they're crap now and they're not that great, I will still follow that team. And you still get hyped when they win and all that. Same way that you can talk about the Miami Heat or the Dolphins when they have an amazing game. But it's not the same.
Do you want to really hate me, by the way?
What do you?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Of course you.
I'm a Chelsea
Of
fan.
fucking course you are.
So we should be killing each other.
But instead, we started a podcast together.
Exactly. You hear that, Great Britain? It's that easy. You can be friends.
Just create a podcast.
You guys can be friends, even if you like different. You know, the thing is, I don't even watch the Premier League too much. I watch Chelsea match every once in a while. I also like to watch Manchester United games too, because these are like incredible teams. Premier League, I think, is one of the highest levels of soccer in the world you could watch. But I still watch La Liga a lot, the Spanish league.
Oh yeah, perfect.
It's still, even though they don't have their hot hitters anymore, they're still Spanish soccer is really fun to watch with their dribbling and their passing. It's really fun.
And they're announcers.
Oh, dude,
Go and just keeps going for fucking like
man,
minutes.
dude, Hispanic announcers are built different.
On God, and it's actually so much more satisfying than again.
Like
that's
it
just-
doesn't even matter what it is. Like I
Yeah.
think there was a Smash Bros tournament in Mexico.
That's great.
And the announcer, there was so in Smash Brothers, there's this concept called teching, where like they hit you against the wall and you press a button and you don't bounce off the wall.
Mm.
And so this guy in the Smash Brothers tournament is about to lose, like he's on his final life or whatever. And the guy, he's like below the stage, so the guy jumps off to hit him against the stage to spike him. But the guy texts it, but he texts it like 4 times. And I might peek the microphone here, so I'm gonna put it back. So, all right, guys, I'm probably sounding a little far away right now, but the guy goes, "Un deck de Jesus, dos deck de Jesus, cuatro deck de Jesus," and it is one of the greatest commentary moments ever. And anytime you watch a sport in Spanish, that's the intensity you're gonna get, 100% of the time.
Like for example, dude, another one of my fucking favorites because TikTok is fucking hilarious at this point. Like I literally just use it as my meme shit. So when the World Cup was going on, right, a couple months back, so when you would watch any game in Spanish, right, where the announcer was in Spanish, it'd be like go, and you would keep going, and the moment is hyped until we get back on the field and we keep playing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then on in the English announcers, it's and that's another goal by Mbappe.
Yo,
And it stays
real.
fucking quiet for like the next 2 fucking minutes.
For real.
And I'm like, all right, this is awkward.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, that's another goal for Mbappe. Oh, What a stunning player. What an incredible shot.
And then their goal is like, go. And that's it. That's where it fucking
Nah,
ends.
dude, you have to watch.
But,
Okay.
dude,
I challenge anybody here. If you guys love football, watch a Spanish cast of it. You will not regret
it
it.
doesn't matter if you understand it or not.
The
Just do it.
announcers talk trash on the players for the teams they root for.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's like they say things like, I don't know why that guy's still on the field. He should have retired 5 years ago with that bum knee of his.
Or my favorite is whenever like either one of those glorified players, so for example, Messi,
Oh my
they're
god.
on the mind you, they
can't do
may
anything
be
wrong.
half field.
But they can't
may
do
be half
anything wrong.
field. And it's like, Encara Messi, Encara Messi, Encara Messi, Encara Messi, 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 goal!
That's another meme.
Dude.
Where the guy's like, Messi, 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 Messi.
Messi. Dude, I'm sorry. If you can go on through half the fucking field and just start fucking cheering, even though you don't know he's gonna fucking score, but you're still fucking that hype about it, you got my fucking vote.
Doug, I love it when they start bringing in the personal life of them too. It's like, ahí va Messi, se está divorciando de su esposa. It's like
what
there
the
goes Messi.
fuck?
He's getting divorced from his wife, but he's gonna score this goal, and it's like
that same hype is the exact same shit you get in sports animes.
that. You get that in sport anime. That feeling of those Mexican Hispanic announcers screaming is what you feel when you watch sport anime.
Yeah, so I very much recommend you do that once in your life. It's great. It's the only way to watch football.
No, for real.
Only way.
Like when I was watching the World Cup, sometimes I catch my dad watching in English. I'm like, dog,
What is wrong with
we're Hispanic. Put
Change it
on
back.
put on Univision. Like put on Univision.
But yeah, man. I mean, all right. So let me ask you this, right? Out of all the sport animes that you've seen, and again, all
My
of them in
infinite well
in
of
your
knowledge.
infinite, what is the one that stands out the most for you,
in
and what
terms-
makes it stand out the most?
in terms of like it's out there, like it's different, it's unique.
Correct.
I think the biggest one for me has to be probably like in terms of like factoring in everything. I'm gonna say it's Haikyuu and the levels it reached, right? Because it took a sport that people know about usually because they go to the beach and they play with a ball, right? Volleyball, and didn't even give you the version that people watch, which is beach volleyball. They give you court volleyball, and literally made it extremely popular. And I started to watch volleyball physically because of Haikyuu.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually in Japan took up the sport, which is
Yeah, so boys volleyball in Japan programs were being removed from schools and everything because nobody was playing it. And after Haikyuu came out, it is one of the most popular sports in Japanese schools.
Yep, which that's a win.
That shows you the
I'm
power
sorry,
of anime.
if an anime can do that, it's a fucking win.
That's a win, man. Yeah, but overall, for me, it'll be Haikyuu. Because, okay, I've watched a lot of sport anime. I've basically seen them all. Fuck, that sounds really sad. But I've basically seen them all.
1,000 times.
So I'm probably gonna say it 3 more times before the podcast ends.
Just like switch up the words though. Be like, I've seen all sports Japanimations.
Yep, exactly. So when you start watching a lot of sport anime, you're gonna realize a lot of trends, right? A lot of the trends are gonna be, oh my god, we're gonna have a training camp arc. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to regionals, but our first time going there, we're gonna lose, and then we're gonna go back the next year. Everybody's a year older and they're more experienced, and the next time we go, we're actually gonna make it to nationals, and then we actually might win nationals, or we might do this. We might do. You see that a lot in a lot of anime, right? I feel like Haikyuu is one of the few times where you don't have that type of dynamic. Also with the type of characters. So in a lot of sport anime, there's a very set formula for the type of characters. There's their lazy one, where that's talented. There's the intellectual one, the guy that's like, actually, by my calculations, if the ball hits here, it's gonna play.
So you just basically described Nagi and Isagi.
Yeah, no, but like, okay, but they're like cool, edgy versions of that, right? Because no, even Blue Lock isn't safe from the tropes from sport anime. Right, so there's the analytical one. There's the stupid head main character that's just a dumbass. There's the guy that thinks that willpower will solve all their problems. Right, there's the edgy guy that doesn't talk much because he has a dark backstory.
And there's a guy that thinks he's the best at everything, so he thinks he's the shit.
Exactly. And then there's always the hey there guys funny guy that tries to get everybody to get along, right? And then there's always like the femboy character too. It's in every sport anime. That's how they try to get the female audience to watch. And no sport anime is safe from that, including Blue Lock, including Haikyuu. But I felt like in Haikyuu, the characters weren't their tropes.
Yeah, I mean,
The characters had their own footing and standing and personalities that didn't revolve around their tropes. Like, for example, we're talking about the intellectual people. Tsukishima as a character, right? He is there to fill the role of the intellectual character, that is very analytical. But your like and love of the character is not based off the trope that he
correct.
represents.
Same thing with Hinata. Like you said, he's the very
The
airheaded,
happy-go-lucky,
happy-go-lucky main character that doesn't really
right?
think much but has talent and skill. But
Tanaka is the like, oh, the willpower strong guy, right? Same thing with Asahi, right? You love these characters because of who they are, but not the trope they represent.
true.
And I think that's why Haikyuu is usually peaking there. Same thing, and that's why Blue Lock does
Blue Lock
something
is
very.
doing similar.
It's very similar, where
Very fucking
each
similar.
character does fit into one of these tropes, but they're beyond their trope.
Mhm. Like you look at Nagi, and yeah, he has that like, I'm the talent, and I am
Very
very
carefree.
carefree, lazy at first, and that's how you see him. And then you see him just start changing and actually start caring about the sport,
Mhm, mhm.
and you see his development. And not only that, you just don't like him because oh, he's the talented one that can. No, he's just a fucking badass. Like
Yeah,
legitimately, like he himself as a character is just I don't know.
and
It's
and I think the crazy thing about Blue Lock too, especially a character like Nagi, is Nagi's a guy that's coasted on his talent, and it gets to the point where he can't coast on talent anymore. He has
so
to put
he's
in
actually
work.
trying putting
You
in
have to
work.
put in work, right? And I think that's great because not only does this anime, these characters move on beyond their trope that they're based off of, right? The anime itself pushes them out of their trope. It forces them into uncomfortable situations and
Mhm.
to change and to evolve.
For example, let's not go too far. Fuck, how do you say his name? Barrow,
Borrow,
Barrow, dude.
dude.
Literally, and again, there should not be any fucking spoilers by the time this comes out. This is like weeks from now,
You know,
but
we record these in advance.
hell yeah, man. That is how you save time.
It's
Um,
very true.
but for example, dude, in last week's to the time that we're recording episode, bro, Isagi literally made him look like he was just a pawn in his fucking world,
Yeah, man. Especially a character that's built on dominance. He's built on being number one.
and playing the way that he wants to,
Hmm.
not changing a single thing. When in reality, that is actually how you get better at things. You get yourself in those uncomfortable positions, and you find what you have to basically do to overcome that
But
uncomfortableness.
then again, that's where the beauty of Blue Lock comes
I
in.
know.
It's what do you do? Do you change, or are you selfish and continue your ways and
And then you
improve
lose.
in your
Well,
ways too?
oh yeah,
It's
but
like
then
okay, I lost, right? But through my selfishness, I grew.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna guys. By the way, in Blue Lock, I have a lot of future. Oh fuck me! I just smacked the microphone. I have a lot of future knowledge. I'm caught up completely to the manga. But man, if you guys can read it, read it. It has some of the best art I've seen in any manga. I've seen like in terms of like single paneling and things like that. I put it up there with like Berserk sometimes in terms of art quality. Um,
Damn.
yeah, because Berserk's art quality is
Is
like okay. When you talk about manga, Berserk has the best art of all time. But in terms of quality and consistency, Blue Lock is incredible.
I love Blue Lock so much, so much, and I'm so glad I was put on it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, sport anime are really good. They're very refreshing. They're fresh takes on the sport. And if you want to learn about a sport, it's good too because it's gonna treat every it's gonna treat you like you've never seen the sport before and introduce you to it, which is very good. So you're gonna learn the rules and anything regarding the sport. For example, like in Yo, I had to bring it up again in Yo Mushi Pedal. I knew nothing about cycling or the mechanics behind cycling. And now, man, now I know everything from rhythm to cadence to backdraft to union cycling and shit like that. It's deep.
Bro, put it to you like this: if you're very comfortable watching shonen, or you just like the romance animes or what else? Fucking
A romance slice of life,
slice of life.
CNN, psychological mysteries, horrors.
Dude, give it a try.
Yeah,
It's so
step out of your comfort
refreshing.
zone.
It's so refreshing. Like you're gonna think that you may not like it for X, Y, and Z reasons, but I promise you that you'll find yourself liking it more than what you thought.
hmm If I had to recommend a sport anime for everybody to watch, go watch Haikyuu.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing between mixing a slice of life with a sport,
Mhm.
and you're gonna learn to love the characters, and then you'll love the sport too because of it.
And if you like the whole fucking very much action shonen type of animes and you live by that, and you do want to give like sport animes or Japanimations a
Sport
try,
Japanimation,
do Blue Lock. It's
Blue Lock. Eh?
great. It literally gives you the same adrenaline feel you feel if you saw Goku fucking face off against Vegeta.
Dog, I had the same level of hype in a Blue Lock match when fucking Rock Lee was fighting Gara.
Literally. That
So,
is the hype you get
If
from it.
if you're into high intensity shonen, Blue Lock's a great sport anime to get into.
But yeah, step out of your comfort zone. Go watch sports anime. Feel free to, tell us how you feel about it on all our social media pages on at Waga Podcast for Instagram, TikTok.
We
Wag-
love to hear your
dude,
comments.
we
We
would,
get
and Twitter if it's Waga Podcast with an S because for some fucking reason they wouldn't let me keep.
if you guys want, we'll pay Elon to give us a blue check mark.
But yeah, man, just step out of the comfort zone. Go watch a sports anime, and then just feel free to let us know how that goes. Other than that, I mean, that pretty much wraps up this week's episode. And thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.